Hello, I'm Super Orange Cat. Here I am today with Toonami's ratings from February 15th, 2020. First off, is you might notice it didn't come out yesterday, it came out earlier today. Usually when the ratings are delayed, it's because there was a holiday the previous week. I mean, Valentine's Day was last week and President's Day was Monday, but I suppose those are large enough holidays to delay ratings coming out for some weird reason, but nonetheless, let's start at the top of the block. My Hero Academia pulls in a .27 this week. Doctor Stone at a .22 this week. Sword Art Online Underworld at a .17. Demon Slayer at a .20. Food Wars at a .17. Black Clover at a .18. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Vento Oreo at a .14. Shippuden at a .13. The Promised Neverland at .12, and Attack on Titan at a .11. Overall, this was a big step backward this week for Toonami. Toonami for the past month and a half, or definitely since the end of the marathons at the end of last year, probably put together some of the best and most consistent lineups it's had really almost in its entire run. Definitely the best rate in like 3 or 4 years. However, I guess all good things must come to an end, and this week might be the sign of that. First off, you have My Hero Academia, who just went down 2/100ths of a point to a .27. I mean, maybe this is a sign that .30 we had a couple weeks ago is more of a mirage than reality. But yet again, .27 is not the worst number to get. It's actually still an alright number to lead off the block with, but it is trending in the wrong direction right now. But bigger questions come from the shows later. You have Dr. Stone building to its finale, its penultimate episode, getting a .22 this week. It'll be interesting to see how it rates next week without a My Hero Academia lead in when it airs its finale. That'll be interesting to see. And then here's when that schedule starts getting ugly. Sword Art Online falling 700s. That's kind of scary. Sword Art Online actually used to be like one of the few shows that would consistently pull in great ratings, especially back when the original Sword Art Online aired like 5, 6 years ago, early in the Adult Swim iteration of Toonami. But I mean, I guess this was kind of an expositional episode more than anything else. I thought it was kind of interesting to see Alice kind of go back and interact with some of the characters we saw in Alicization. And it kind of addressed a couple lingering plot lines too. It wasn't the most exciting episodes. Honestly, I I think this show does better when it's focusing on the dark territory characters, including the two G.I. Joe Edgelord Division guys who are became like head people there. I think that's probably the more interesting plot line. I like that political intrigue more than the whole Kirito's a vegetable thing that we have going on in the underworld, the good part of the underworld. I have mixed feelings about it. But now into the next, so Demon Slayer doesn't fall as much. It only falls 400s to a .20 at 12:30 at night. It's a good number to get that late at night. It built on Underworld. I mean, if you build on the show in front of you, you can't really say you had that bad of a week, honestly. So again, a good week for Demon Slayer. It's been more or less now steady in the low .2s, which, considering it used to be a 130 show, that's pretty impressive. Then you have Food Wars going down 6/100s to a .17. Food Wars is finally, I think, starting to age on people, like a little poorly on people. Like you had this like intrigue early on of, oh, it's an ecchi show in Toonami, and you have this like built up interest in it. But now it's kind of gotten kind of samey for a lot of people, and I fully expect it to become the victim of what I call the Hunter x Hunter treatment, which is it's slowly getting sent back to that Black of the Block, only to air its final episode as the very last show on Toonami. And after that, you have Black Clover, pretty solid week. It barely dropped. It built on Food Wars. I mean, Black Clover's kind of been this dark horse or, type show in the block where, it doesn't really pull in bad ratings. Like, it's just kind of towards the back of the block always, and it finds a way to manage by itself, which you gotta always give credit for. Vento Rayo, .14, and it's, again, the lowest rated premiered show that Toonami had this week. Finished, I believe, 42nd in cable ratings, which is kind of where it has been finishing up. So, not a horrendous week, but I mean, when you drop at all, especially if you drop 400s with as low as a rating of Golden Wind had always been, it's always kind of a bad sign, you know. And then you have Shippuden at 0.13. I mean, it's going to be here for 4.5 more years because of all the episodes we have left, so you can't really speculate on that show that much. And then you have The Promised Neverland and Attack on Titan with small drops as well. And this is kind of notable because next week will actually be the last time we'll see these shows on the block, and until whenever the next season's air, which I don't know about Attack on Titan yet. I think those dates have been elusive. But Promised Neverland, we already have been announced that it will air in Japan in October, and which means we'll probably get it debuting on Adult Swim, probably in December, maybe January 2021, and only time can tell then. So next week's going to be interesting because there's going to be no My Hero Academia episode. And from what I've been told, it was because Funimation just couldn't prepare it fast enough. Like they themselves took a week off, and this is the week that Toonami is going to take off to kind of make up for that, which is just seems like just a weird decision on Funimation's part. But yet again, if I would just speculate on all the bad stuff Funimation's done the past few years, we would be here all night. So there's that. And Dr. Stone, its season finale. When season 2, whenever it airs, will guaranteed be on Toonami. But it'll be interesting to see how that does in. Does it build in the ratings? I'm going to say no. I think it drops a little bit further without My Hero Academia, which has shown to be quite a safety blanket for a lot of the shows behind it in the recent past. So my prediction is that it will fall to a 0.21 for next week. That's my prediction for the finale, season 1 finale of Dr. Stone. And then after that, you have the normal schedule after that. And then the week after, on Leap Day, February 29th, you'll have My Hero Academia back to the start of the block. And then everything just kind of gets shifted up one because we will not be replacing Dr. Stone. And then Attack on Titan and The Promised Neverland will be gone from the block. To make it, shorten it to a 3.5 hour block, which I believe is the shortest Toonami has been since 2015. What are your opinions on that, too? Because I've seen that that's been a pretty polarizing thing in the Toonami community. What are your thoughts on these ratings? What's your favorite show currently on the block? I love reading your opinions down below. If you like this, if you want more Toonami content like this, please like this video, please subscribe and hit that notification button. I am Super Orange Cat, and that is all.